Okay, it's Joseph Valente here, CEO of the Trade Mastermind, and we're back on another episode of Trade Secrets. Today we've got two incredible gentlemen, Julius to my right and Nathan to my left. Thank you guys for coming on. How are you doing?
Thanks for having us. Well,
excellent, good. So Nathan, let's start with you. What do you do, champ? Where are you based? What's your company name and what do you do?
So I'm based in Lincoln, cover about a 25-mile radius from Lincoln. We do group, mainly concentrating on garage conversions and structural alterations, taking walls out, putting RSJs in, that sort of thing.
Beautiful. And how long have you been in business, champ?
2 years, but this new business has been officially going since the 1st of June.
Fantastic. Yeah. Excellent. And Julius, what about you, champ? What do you do?
Well, I am from GBJ Electrical, and I'm based in London. I've been in the business for about 11 years now.
Yep.
And what we do is mainly high-end electrical installation.
Yep.
So anything in terms of refurb, complete refurb, and also new build. That's what we do.
Fantastic. And Julius, what's been your biggest challenge in the 11 years of trading?
The biggest challenge really is just sort of like, for me, it's been, from what I'm learning now, it's just continuous, keeping the books, basically.
Yep.
But also, maintaining the clients that we've got.
Yep.
Because we're so busy with work, sort of like doing new sales to sort of like get new clients.
Yep.
So being more happy with kind of like keeping the people we have at the minute, but then now, coming onto the mastermind is trying to branch out.
Yeah, trying to expand.
Expand now, yeah.
Yeah, and where do you see expansion in your sector? Are you moving into the the solar game, or are you
Absolutely, trying to get into the solar game now. I've done solar about 6 months previously.
Yeah.
So this is when it first came out, but I'm looking at getting into it now. So
in 2012, was it?
So then I did a lot of that, and then I'm now trying to get back into the solar and also the EV. Sector as well, trying to tap into that at the same time.
Fantastic. And Nathan, what's been your biggest challenge in business?
Understanding the numbers.
Yeah.
So when I first came to this, I had a business partner who was running a business together. Came here on a discovery day just to see what it was all about. I had no intentions of signing up, probably like 99% of the people that turn up here.
Yep.
After a morning spent with Paul, I realised that I need some help with what I'm doing. Went away, did some numbers, realised that we was putting the business underground, basically.
Yeah.
It was getting into massive debt.
Yeah.
So before it got further than we could handle, sort of shut it down.
Yeah.
Restarted again.
Good.
Hopefully, onwards and upwards.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the biggest things that I found, and many other businesses do, is we're great at delivering what we've learned as a great tradesperson.
Yeah.
And we're out all, day and night, winning jobs, quoting jobs. But when it comes to understanding, the company financials, a lot of times we can be busy fools, or we don't know if we're making money or not making money. So a big takeaway from you was, actually seeing and being conscious to whether it's working or it isn't, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I still find myself falling back into old habits because I still haven't got it ingrained into me yet.
Yeah.
But I know that the numbers are key.
Yeah.
And if I don't have the numbers right, then I can't go forward.
Yeah, absolutely. So. Well, what a great takeaway, learning about, learning that business is about the numbers. And if you don't know your numbers, you don't know your business.
That's right.
Yeah. And it's trying to get that discipline in as a small business where you've got enough money to pay for the help to get on top of the numbers and enough time and know-how to do it yourself as well at the same time. So excellent. So that's good. So you're conscious on what you're doing now moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. I've got a plan of what I want to do and where I want to go. So just slowly working through it now.
And what's the biggest thing that you've learned so far, Julius, after working and being on the academies?
Well, so far I think I've learned I have to come up with tools enough for me to scale up the business, and also try and get the lead gens, get the MCS, get the books, sort of like, work on the books, the spreadsheet I haven't done before.
Yep.
So it's been really, really profitable for me to be here and also learn about the importance of the spreadsheets, getting your business structure right, and all these things that I have kind of like pushed back, just focus on being on the tools of the tradesman. That's what I knew, that you could wake me up today and I'm just like straight away. But the business side of things I haven't learned much, so this is really helping me to kind of come out my comfort zone and kind of like, start making a real progress into, getting a target and working towards that goal.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And on average, how often do you think a small business sees their accountant?
Once a year.
Once a year, yeah. And what does the accountant tell us when we see him once a year?
Whether we owe tax or we don't owe tax.
Yeah. And what happens, what's happened in the rear view mirror? Yeah?
Yeah.
The rear view mirror is this big,
Yeah.
the windscreen's this big, yeah? So we don't want to spend too much time looking backwards.
That's right.
But, I was the same, and it wasn't until my first boardroom with Lord Sugar, yeah, and I sat with Lord Sugar, finance director, assistant finance director, accountant, and they put a P&L in front of me, they put a cash flow in front of me, the balance sheet in front of me, and they wanted me to write a budget for the next 6 months. I didn't know what a budget was, yeah? Our business was doing $500,000 a year, and they're saying, what's the budget? And I'm like, oh yeah, let's make one together. And so I managed to get through the meeting, and then immediately in that meeting, I realised that I didn't have a clue what my numbers were made up of. I can remember being so busy, the year before that show, I ran into the accountant's office, and I was like, just give me the documents, let me see the document. I said, have I made any money or not? He goes, you've made 80 grand this year. Okay, cool, all right, brilliant, where do I sign? Blah, 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 blah. Signed it and then legged it back out to get back onto the tools. Yeah. So I was with him for about 15 minutes. Didn't know whether the numbers that he'd given me were the right numbers or the wrong numbers because I didn't know how to read the numbers. And then it wasn't until kind of that wake-up call, epiphany moment that you say, like, sounds like you had on the Discovery Day, which is, actually, shit, you know what, I can't carry on like this. I've got to do something about it. I'm not in control. Yeah, I need to learn. And so it really comes down to your own personal education.
That's right.
Yeah? What about yourself? What's been your biggest result so far then after getting business training?
So results are coming all the time, really. But it's just getting on top of the numbers. That's been the biggest result for me because I've been no good at doing anything admin-wise my whole life. Really struggled at school. Never went to college. Just admin for me has been a major thing, and getting on top of that so that I can then send lads out to do jobs for me. And I'm slowly moving into that position to be able to get off the tools. Once I hit that, that'll be a massive milestone for me.
Have you ever hired an admin assistant before?
No, not yet. I want to understand it myself before I pass it off to somebody else to do.
Yeah. But I think it's one of the things that tradespeople hold way too long. Yeah. I mean, doing the admin into the evenings, work all day, paperwork all night, rubbish at paperwork anyway, so it takes you 3 times as long as everybody else to do the paperwork. And we think we're saving ourselves some money. But what I came to realise was, after a while of doing it, was that actually this is a low paying skill. So I can pay someone to do this, and I can go and do high value income tasks for the business. So the quicker that you can offload the bookkeeping, the admin, the operations, the ordering of the materials, the job management, the calling of the customers, all of that stuff, the quicker you can focus on the high value tasks, which is marketing, content, lead gen, sales, conversion, finance, cash flow. Because that's what costs the most money. And I'm not talking about bookkeeping finance stuff, I'm talking about management account finance stuff and marketing skills and sales skills. There's no better person to do that for most of your small businesses here at the moment than you guys.
That's right.
And you being at the forefront. So rather than trying to get someone to do sales or the marketing for you, get someone to do all of the other stuff and focus on the stuff that's going to bring you in the money. Fantastic. So what advice would you give to yourself now, looking back to when you started 11 years ago? What would you say to that guy?
I probably should have done it a lot sooner.
You should have done it a lot sooner.
Yeah. I mean, it's, from the first day with Paul, it was just, I sat back and thinking, oh my goodness, why have I not done it? Why do I have waited so long? I remember it was on a Saturday, I signed up. And 2 weeks before that, I saw you on Facebook. I'm like, maybe it's a sign. But if I pull it away first, I'm like, so I came home that Friday and I'm like, as soon as I woke up, the first thing I saw on Facebook, it was you. I said, nah, this. I just literally, as soon as I clicked the button, within about 5 minutes, I got a phone call. I'm like, what, that quick on a Saturday? It was amazing. It was amazing. So it's been really a big, massive leap for me it's a big, massive leap for me because it's something I'm completely not comfortable doing. But then I can see, if I see all these amazing guys here doing it and watching you on The Apprentice, back then it was amazing. I thought, you know what? I've seen him, I trust him. I'm going to do it. If he's done it, I can do it.
Excellent. Love that, man. Thanks so much.
Awesome.
And what about yourself? What advice would you give to your startup self?
Understand the business before trying to run a business. I was the same as probably a lot of tradesmen. Went into it initially doing plumbing work. So that's my trade as a plumber. And plumbers can't run businesses. Businessmen run businesses. And that's the major thing I've learned out of this.
Fantastic.
Is to understand how to run a business properly.
Beautiful. So. Excellent. Well, thanks for coming on, guys. Appreciate your time. And where can the viewers and the listeners follow you?
So I'm on Facebook and Instagram as We Do Group Limited. So feel free to give me a follow.
So again, I'm on Facebook, Instagram.
Beautiful. Excellent. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening.
GBJ Electrical. That's it.
GJB Electrical.
GBJ
God
Electrical.
bless Julius. Love that. Amazing. Yeah, fantastic. Give these guys a follow and don't forget to tune in to another episode of Trade Secrets very, very soon.